The Ohio State Buckeyes, they're losing their defensive coordinator, Jim Knowles, to Penn State, of all places, stayed in the Big Ten. Got to be a little bit of a bidding war, it looked like. And they're looking to fill the vacancy, of course, because Tom Allen suddenly left for Clemson shortly after the Nittany Lions semifinal loss to Notre Dame. Knowles is expected to make twice as much as Allen made at Penn State, so they're really shelling out the big bucks for him. It's in the neighborhood of $3.1 million a year for 3 years. It's a great contract. It's a staggering figure. That'll make him the highest paid defensive coordinator in the country. A lot of head coaches don't make that kind of money. Knowles has a base salary, or had a base salary of $2.2 million at Ohio State this past year, but with the bonuses and the national title run, he got close to clearing $3 million. Pretty good. The Buckeyes reportedly offered him a deal that would have made him the highest paid coordinator in the country and placed it higher than the $2.5 million that Michigan's Wink Martindale is making, their defensive coordinator, and LSU's Blake Baker. Again, both are over $2.5 million a year. Buckeyes offer that to Knowles. But in the end, Penn State kept upping the number. They wanted him. They needed him. They needed a guy. They've been replacing defensive coordinators every year over there. Wanted to settle that down. And also, Notre Dame and Oklahoma were also interested in Knowles' services, driving up his asking price. Great to be him, man. Great position, great bargaining position for him. It'll be money well spent. He's good. The Buckeyes, they own the number one defense in the country this year, finished first in scoring defense, allowing just 12.9 points per game. They're also third in run defense and third in passing yards allowed. Now, he had some pretty good talent to work with there at Ohio State, and he'll have some good talent to work with at Penn State as well. The defensive lineman, Dennis Sutton, is coming back. Zane Durant is back, along with corner A.J. Harris and linebacker Tony Rojas. And, the offense is going to be good, too. This should be a big year for Penn State. They got Drew Aller coming back, both running backs, Katron Allen and Nick Singleton will be coming back. Now, Knowles, he's a Philadelphia guy. Maybe that was part of it. Wanted to get closer to home, his roots, whatever the case is. I haven't heard, but he's from Philadelphia, so maybe that's part of the deal. So the question now is, who's going to replace Knowles at Ohio State? One name being floated about is Oregon co-defensive coordinator Chris Hampton. We will see how that plays out for the Buckeyes. See, we just spent all this time talking about maybe Oregon's trying to steal Ohio State players. Now Ohio State may take a coordinator and a coaching staff member. It's crazy. It's insane out there right now. Now, while this is going on, 30,000 fans for Ohio State. They braved the elements at Ohio Stadium on Sunday to celebrate the national championship. And it's like 30 degrees. Oh, just brutal. But hey, 30,000 were out there and enjoying it and celebrating the national championship. Fans and family members, all that. And look, man, it was time to soak it in. The 2024 team was great. It'll never be the same again. In addition, though, to the departure of defensive coordinator Jim Knowles, well, this was all going on leading up to the I don't want to say parade, the gathering for the celebration. 13 of the 22 playoff starters on this Ohio State team, they're out of eligibility. That's it. It's over. And a lot of important people like quarterback Will Howard, defensive end Jack Sawyer, who is of the sack, forced fumble, scoop, and score fame against Texas. A little statue for him for that big play. Wide receiver Emeka Egbuka is out, and running back Travion Henderson and linebacker Cody Simon are all gone out of eligibility. There are also a few quality players who are going to leave early to go to the NFL, like running back Quinshon Judkins and corner Jordan Hancock. Still, the fans, they celebrated this team that beat the best of the best along the way to their championship in the first ever expanded 12-team playoff. Big wins against some really good teams, destroying Tennessee of the SEC. We like that around here. Anytime Big Ten going against SEC, we love that when we come out on top. That's no matter who it is. And so they destroyed them in the first round. Got the big win over Oregon, Big Ten foe in the Rose Bowl. Beat Texas in a tough game in the Cotton Bowl. And, of course, Notre Dame in the national championship. All quality teams. It was a great run and worthy of celebration on Sunday by the Ohio State Buckeyes and their fans. And I don't know if you realize this or not only did Ohio State win those games handily, combine them all together, and Ohio State only trailed for 6 minutes. They were either tied or had the lead the rest of the time. Actually, it was 6 minutes and 5 seconds, if you want to be technical about it, over those 4 games. Total domination. Absolutely total domination. By the way, it should also be noted that Ohio State was the first team to win a national championship when we had the 12-team expansion playoffs here. They were the first team to win a natty when we expanded from the 2-team BCS to the 4-team playoff as well. So it seems like every time we make a change, Ohio State's the first one to figure it out and get a national championship. We'll still have 12 teams in 2025, but there's going to be a lot of changes and seeding. And we're going to get into that here on Locked On Big Ten in the coming days. But they're going to keep it at 12 one more year because they have to contractually. I guarantee you 2026, they're going to expand. Those knuckleheads, their solution to everything is to expand, even though I argue that's the exact opposite move they should make. But it'll be 14 teams. So we'll see maybe with the first 14-team playoff in 2026, maybe the Ohio State Buckeyes win a national championship there. Anytime we make a change, they win. As for 2025, who knows? Despite all these departures, there's still a lot of talent there at Ohio State. I'm excited to see redshirt freshman quarterback Julian Sayin. He's expected to be the guy, although people around Ohio State are tamping down expectations a little bit. It's all in the name of competition. Over there, they don't like to hand anybody a starting job. Got to earn it. I get it. But I think it's going to be Julian Sayin, of course. It's his turn. He sat out this year, and he should be good to go. He's very talented, 5-star freshman. A lot of expectations and ability. And unless Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate leave for more money in the transfer portal, they're going to be excellent targets for this young quarterback. So that's all good. The Buckeyes also picked up a couple of weapons in the portal that you may have missed. They got West Virginia running back C.J. Donaldson and Purdue tight end Max Clare beefing up the offense a little bit. On defense, they returned maybe the best defensive player in the country and safety Caleb Downs. They also have Sonny Styles and Davison Igbinosun back there in the secondary. So they got some talent coming back, even though their entire defensive line's going to the NFL, man. They're all gone. They're all out of eligibility. That's it. They got to replace next man up on that deal. So I would love your thoughts, Buckeyes fans, on all that as well. Meanwhile, as we're talking here on a Monday, some great Big Ten basketball coming up tonight, Monday night, men's basketball. We got Penn State at 21st ranked Michigan. That is at 6:30 Eastern on the Big Ten Network. Iowa is at Ohio State. That's an 8 o'clock Eastern game on FS1 tonight. Then UCLA taking on USC. That's at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, FS1. And a couple of women's games tonight as well. Purdue at Illinois. That is an 8:30 tip on the Big Ten Network, 8:30 Eastern. And then Indiana is at Washington, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific on Big Ten Plus, if you want to check out some of the basketball going on. So it's that time of year. We got to start getting dialed in on basketball. March Madness is going to be a little more than a month and some change away. We're ready to go. All right, coming off a weekend, we always like to have a feature on Monday. My top 10 Big Ten observations from weekend. I will share those with you coming up in 1 minute right here on Locked On Big Ten. Let me tell you about FanDuel. It's exciting enough watching games, but with some FanDuel, it's even more exciting. And now we have Super Bowl 59. It is here. 1 game, 2 teams, endless possibilities. And there's no better way to make every play more exciting than with FanDuel Sportsbook, whether it's predicting the first touchdown, calling the MVP, even betting on the coin toss, the color of the Gatorade. All these things are right there. FanDuel makes it easy to get in on the action. With live betting all game long, you can adjust your bets as the game unfolds and feel the thrill of, from everything, every detail, from kickoff to the final whistle right there. Personal touch, they got some live betting features that let you stay involved no matter what happens on the field. The app is super easy to navigate. Plus, knowing that you can place a $5 bet and potentially win $200 in bonus bets for the Super Bowl. That's icing on the cake right there. Download the app or head to FanDuel.com and get started. Bet just $5, and if you win, you'll score $200 in bonus bets. That's FanDuel.com. Bet with FanDuel, official partner of Super Bowl 59.